Hi, it's me, Harley Hogan, and I want to talk about things I like for a change. I say a lot of things I don't like, but I'm going to talk about something I like, and that is the moon. I love the moon. It's always been there. Every living thing who's ever looked into the sky has seen the same moon, and that's really cool to me because the moon is kindly. The sun, isn't. If you look at the sun too long, you go blind. If you stay out in the sun too long, you get skin cancer or sunburn. The sun is cruel, actually. But, I know it has its uses and everything. I understand that part, but it's not that much fun. The moon is just, beautiful and romantic and everything. And I like the fact that when I'm looking at the moon, it's the same moon that Cleopatra looked at, and Joan of Arc, and Alexander the Great. And in fact, I really like Alexander the Great too. You know why? He was my favorite person from history because he was different than all the other men of his time. He was just and kind also compared to the standards of his time, and he also loved animals, and he had this horse named Oxhead, which is actually Bucephalus in Greek, but it translates to Oxhead because he had like a big ugly head of an ox, but Alexander loved him. And one night some enemies snuck in and stole Oxhead and led him away. And when Alexander found this out, he would stop at nothing to get his horse back. He threatened to go to war, and in fact armed for war against the province who stole Oxhead. And he was ready to take them all down to get his little horse back. Well, it was a big horse, actually. So I like that. And he didn't have to go to war because once they heard what he was going to do to them, because they had stolen Oxhead, they brought him back, and they had him all decked out in fancy horse things like embroidered blankets and gold harnesses and all kinds of nice things. And they brought him back, and in a big ceremony, and Alexander the Great went out and met the horse in front of everybody and put his arms around his neck and cried because he was so happy to have him back. I like things like that. I like stories of people standing up for their pets, and naturally. So anyway, we were talking about the moon, but I like the moon. I like Alexander the Great, and in fact, Jerry named her son after Alexander the Great because she's a student of that era of history and knew that if her kid turned out anything like Alexander the Great, he'd be great. And you know what? He did. And he is great. So those are some of the things I like. That's all.